Insight Maker image stabilization. Forgive the voice at the moment. I have a cold, but I just got this figured out, and I wanted to do the video before I forgot, and it got away from me. So within Insight Maker, you have a number of different primitives that you use to develop a model with: stocks, variables, converters, folders, pictures, buttons. Each one of those has an icon that appears in the model that you're building when you use it. Now, for each of those, you can also overlay it with an image so that you can create a variable and then select from the set of internally defined images and apply one of those images to that variable so it has an image as opposed to the default form. You also have access to any image you can find a URL for anywhere on the web. So if I go to Google and I search for problem solving and look at images, there are a ton of images here. And if I find one that I want to use, I can in fact view that image, tell it to copy the image URL, and go back here and paste that URL in here, and I end up being able to use that image for that particular primitive within the model. So that gives you the whole range of all of the possible images that you can find on the internet to use to enhance the way that your model looks to other people when they view it. The bad part about this is that everything on the web is changing all the time, so that you can't count on this image actually being at that URL tomorrow or next week, next month, or next year. And personally, I got tired of creating very nice looking models using lots of pictures, and the next time I went to it, well, there was two image links that were broken, and I had to go find replacement images and stick them in and clean up the model, because when other people found them, they sent me email and said, you know, this looks terrible. So in terms of figuring out what to do about this, I decided that I would go ahead and capture the images that I was using and save them someplace, so that when I find this image, I'm using a piece of software called Snagit, which won't let me function at the moment because I'm inside of Snagit, so I can't capture this image. But I capture the image, and then I go ahead and put it in the Snagit editor, which I also can't get to at the moment, but that's okay. But I end up saving all those images in a directory, and I'm building an HTML file with an editor so that it looks really ugly, but it is in fact references to all of these images that I've captured and saved, so that it ends up looking like this, and I have them stored on a website so that these images will not change because they're my images. Now, they're actually, the images themselves belong to somebody else, so that I set up the URL for the web page, so if you click on one of them, it will take you to the original location for that image, because it's appropriate to provide credit to the people who actually created the image to begin with. So there is, from the Insight Maker model to this page, to the actual source of the image. And now when I want to use images in my models, I find one, I add it to this page, and as the page gets filled up with the ones that I use more frequently, I just come in here and copy the image URL and then go and create a variable and then paste the image URL in, which is at my website, and I then have that variable or that image on an item, so I don't have to worry about them getting broken anymore. It's a little bit more work initially up front, though on the back end there isn't any effort because I no longer have to worry about them being broken and getting email from people asking me to fix models because the images are broken. So this video itself, if you're watching the video, there is in the text part of the video there's a link that says context, and it will point to this particular thought in Sysnet, which is where this video will be located once I get it done. And there's also a link to the HTML page that I'm creating with all of the videos or with all of the images that I'm capturing and saving over time. So if you want to use my images in the future, you can do that. At the moment, there aren't many of them, though I just put this together to solve this problem this morning, and within a few days there'll be a lot of images there. So hope this helps. Take care. Bye.